Every now and again, something happens in the culture war that makes you stop and think, how could both sides be so stupid? And Gladiator 2 has got me thinking that right now. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle. And yes, if you hadn't heard, Gladiator 2 trailer now has more dislikes than likes on YouTube. And as you guys know, I consider myself a bit of a film buff, bit of a film aficionado. You know, I'm going to the theater all the time. Theater's like church to me. I'm going to see Longlegs this weekend, and I cannot wait. It's shaping up to possibly be one of the best films of 2024. And I mean, Late Night with the Devil was a pretty high bar. And then there's Gladiator 2, which, I'll be honest, like most people, I think I couldn't care less about because it's a legacy sequel to a movie that came out 20 plus years ago that doesn't need a sequel in any way, shape, or form. And this honestly holds a special place in my heart because Gladiator was, I'm pretty sure, my very first rated R film in theaters. Like the first one I got to actually go see in theaters and be like, oh my goodness, a rated R movie. This is amazing. But this isn't actually about Gladiator. This is about how people are responding to the Gladiator trailer because it's got hip-hop in it, I guess. I won't lie, I haven't even seen the trailer because I've got that little interest in Gladiator 2. I just know that Pedro Pascal is in it, and I can't stand the dude. So, yeah, negative points on that. However, that might be counterbalanced by the fact that Denzel is in it. And as you all know, Denzel is one of the, if not the greatest living actor of our generation. I mean, the dude is just impeccable at his job. But apparently hip-hop in a trailer has got folks feeling a certain type of way, and this individual right here, the guy who tells Hartnett he's in a trap truths, we don't have to tiptoe around any of this. This is 100% unambiguously due to racism. That's a weird take. But to be fair, so are all the people freaking out about hip-hop being in the Gladiator trailer. Let's stop and analyze how both sides of the culture war in this particular instance are off the freaking nut. So yes, there's hip-hop in the Gladiator 2 trailer, and that's dumb. That's a pretty dumb marketing choice. I mean, I get why they're doing it. It's a Jay-Z song. You know, Jay-Z, it's still supremely popular to this day. But when was Jay-Z's heyday? The early 2000s. When did most folks see the original Gladiator? The early 2000s. So the trailer is trying to accomplish two things at once, and that is to get folks feel nostalgic for the younger, the younger time, the past when they saw the original Gladiator, but also with hip-hop being, let's be real, the main front and center, most popular center stage form of music that most folks listen to nowadays, at least in the West. Like it is what's controlling the music zeitgeist, is hip-hop, R&B, that sort of thing, and it has been since probably, I'd say, the late 90s. It also is a way to invigorate younger audiences, make them want to see this movie, because like, oh man, look at that, this is gonna be cool, this is gonna be hip, they're playing hip-hop. Like, it absolutely just reeks of how do you do fellow kids energy. But by the same token, people freaking out about it because, there was no hip-hop back in the ancient Roman days. How could they use a hip-hop song in Gladiator for a trailer? It's not that deep. It's some dumb marketing, but also, I wasn't looking to Gladiator for any sort of historical accuracy. I'm gonna be real. Like, if the movie itself used hip-hop music in the film, okay, we could have a conversation there. That's a little bit different, especially if it, claims to be somewhat historically accurate. But just using the song and some marketing, honestly, it doesn't bother me. That's a pretty common tactic for film, or really for any trailer whatsoever. Oh, there was recently I don't remember what it was. There was a game. It may have been Dune. I believe there was a Dune video game that used Darude Sandstorm as music for the trailer. I know Dune takes place in like the far-flung future. Darude Sandstorm, that's a pretty banging tune. That's a track that will stand the test of time. I don't know that it will stand the test of time all the way into the future when Dune takes place, but it was just a funny marketing gimmick. Like, hey, desert planet, let's use Darude Sandstorm. It might not have been Dune, it might have been something else. I made a comment on it on X months ago, and I don't even remember what it was, so Dune just was jumping in my mind, so obviously it didn't leave too much of an impact. But the fact of the matter is, using fun, gimmicky music is something that has existed in film for ages. Back when Star Wars Rogue One dropped, there was a fan-edited trailer that used Sabotage by the Beastie Boys, and honestly, it improved the hell out of that really lame trailer. So yeah, freaking out over the music in the trailer just because it's not historically accurate is really, really ridiculous, and people are honestly making their culture warrior, the culture war selves look real dumb, because there are actual issues we should be talking about. Things that, hey, they're race swapping this character, or they're gender swapping this character, or they're completely rewriting and remaking a film, but using it as very obvious propaganda and agenda. Those are the sorts of things we absolutely should be talking about in the culture war. Things that need our addressment. I mean, that's what I like to focus on my channel, for example. Something like this, I'm only even talking about it because both sides are so insane. But it's not just one or the other. Like, we got Wahab here, who, I wasn't going to comment on this. I don't think that individuals who have next to no following on X, who aren't verified, that don't create any sort of content, I don't think that they're a good barometer for, judging what the actual regular public thinks out in the real world and everyday life, people you'd see in the mall or whatnot. So I was going to ignore this comment, but honestly, for whatever reason, it's being pulled towards making this video, again, because both sides are so ridiculous. This was so funny to me. People are tiptoeing and saying it's the Jay-Z song, but we all know it's simply hate for Denzel? Are you off your nut? Hate for Denzel? Homie, Denzel got one of the most renowned catalogs in modern film. You put yourself a blindfold on, spin around 3 times, and throw a dart at a random dartboard that's just cataloged with his movies, and you are gonna hit a banger. It's like, Man on Fire. Turn around again, throw another dart. Boom, Book of Eli. Turn around again, throw another dart. Remember the Titans. Even if there is just some mass amounts of racists out there running unabated on X that actually exist in the real world, even those real racists love Denzel's work. I mean, he's like, they could be like, yeah, we hate them N-words, but that Denzel guy, he's all right. He gets the pass. That's Denzel. It's that loved and respected. Where this dude is coming out and saying simply hate for Denzel is wild to me, because if anything is going to carry Gladiator 2, it's honestly going to be Denzel. It blows my mind that, again, yes, people are hating on the Jay-Z song, understandably so, but I still think it's dumb. But to try and say it's hate for Denzel is one of the most brain dead out there takes that I couldn't foresee anyone saying in good faith. And then Filibonte says, no one tiptoes around calling white dudes racist. Oh, no, okay, there was more under this one that I thought was funny. Yeah, obviously any rational person knows he's one of the all-time greats, would be excited at his inclusion, but there's always going to be a subset of racists who will be livid anytime you put a black person in a major franchise or historical drama. And then we got number 1 Lions fan. Also, shout out to my boy Wyatt's Metal. Literally no one hates Denzel. What the fuck are you talking about? What up, Wyatt? Glad to see you here in this morons comment section. Wait, when did people start hating Denzel? I always thought he was one of the few actors that was universally loved. You thought correct, number 1 Lions and Bengals fan. You were 100% correct about Denzel. I'd like to know what movie made somebody start hating Denzel. And then Wahab shows his absolute ignorance again, says it's simply irrational hate for black people. They do not want to see a speck of black in any movie. Now, we're not going to focus too terribly much on the comments and whatnot, because as you can tell, they're full of brain-dead troglodytes who have absolutely no concept of what folks want out of film. Most people are not stoked about Gladiator because nobody wants to see sequels to movies that don't need sequels, that just seem like cash grabs. I can't for the life of me imagine any sort of artistic need to revisit this film franchise that hasn't had a movie beyond the single film, again, 20 years ago, beyond, hey, that movie was successful, let's use it to make more money because we're creatively bankrupt and out of ideas. But that's exactly how it's coming off. But to be fair, it's not a black and white situation, and I mean that literally, because my boy Mugen Lord says it best. Now you're racist for disliking Gladiator 2 because of the Jay-Z trap played in the trailer. Newsflash, I hate the fucking trap myself. This is Gladiator, for crying out loud. This shit doesn't fit for this kind of film. Denzel would undoubtedly carry this movie because I'm not impressed with the rest of the cast. I don't even care about the song, but here, so if disliking the trailer makes you a racist, I guess Mugen is anti-black against his own kind or whatever, because he also thinks it doesn't fit. Now, again, I think that's a weird mentality to have because it is just a trailer. You go to the movie, if you go to the movie and then you've got like Denzel up there as like the Emperor of Rome watching these gladiators duke it out, and he starts beatboxing and MCing over the arena and that method, alright, suspension of disbelief is curtailed here. We're gonna have a problem. But it's just a film trailer. I'm so confused because I get these comments all the time. Like when the Katy Perry announced her video the other day about it's gonna be the new feminist propaganda song. It's gonna be all about women doing the hard work that men do. And I was like, I shared it on X. I was like, I'm gonna be real, guys. It's just a dumb pop song that's not going to be remembered because pop music hasn't been memorable for 20 years. I don't see an issue with this. Just listen to Zeppelin like an adult. Most people thought that was a pretty fair and fine tweet because I was like, yeah, ignore it and move on. But I did get a few individuals that are like, no, this is cultural degradation. And I get it. We want to see the woke beast and everything. We want to see, oh, there's propaganda. And to be fair, there is propaganda and everything. It's very much always going to be a balancing act of pick and choose. How much can you take? How much can't you take? But I just didn't see Gladiator being the cultural battleground that it would eventually evolve into after Gamergate started in 2014. I thought we were talking about things like ethics in journalism. I thought we were talking about things like, very forced propaganda, the deep state replacement theory, how they're using pop culture and media to influence politics because, politics aren't that downstream from culture. And right now, the biggest cultural movements going on in the U.S. are the ones that revolve around film, TV, music, anime, streaming, things of that effect. I mean, especially video games, with that being the largest entertainment industry in the world. But no, I guess now it's just like, trailer got hip-hop song, must be woke. I don't know, I'm just having trouble rationalizing it, but maybe you guys can let me know, because those are my thoughts on the matter. I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word, and please do subscribe. I am a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, not usually about such inane things as a Gladiator trailer that has the internet divided to making both sides looking retarded, but also, anime, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon, and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course get involved with over 80 other vital idols. It is a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further, because we do care about diversity, but only one kind of diversity of thought. So if that sounds interesting to you, join the Discord, subscribe, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere, and this has been Words of Paradise.